world has changed in the last 1,000 days. Nothing as we know it will remain intact. Do we know if what we imagine today will be part of tomorrow? The present is constantly changing, and our future will be the result of the decisions we take today, both successful and misguided. The strength of our dreams is the energy that drives us forward to continue growing, collaborating, creating. By walking together towards a common goal, we can build the best possible future. We can be much more than what we've dreamed of. Let's push the boundaries of what's possible, believing in ourselves and our transforming capacity. In 1,000 days from now, the world will be different because together we'll have made it different. Here is our vision.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here, first of all. Thank you to Albert and Global Legal Tech Hub for inviting us. And I would like to present Flor and Albert. Jennifer, she's not going to join us because she has a personal problem. So we will, even if we are three Spanish, we have to speak in English because we are just streaming and we need all the people to hear. Just a first introduction. What is 1,000 days? This is a paper that we have been prepared in collaboration with Global Legal Tech Hub. We were invited to elaborate this paper based on several interviews of all the global advisors of the hub. The process was not, let's say, easy. The challenge was to produce a paper with the combination of human creativity, but also AI. We begin by collecting all those interviews, which many of you may have been participating in. We have a text, a summary that was prepared by AI. And the reality was that the text that was, in principle, should be a summary of the interviews, at the end of the day was lacking of certain common sense. So finally was the human people, the professionals from PwC, who prepared the text, giving just based on, let's say, on what we call our map LegalTech that we recently launched, explaining all the paragraphs, giving some sense all the text in relation with what is happening in terms of legal function at the level of different stages of legal function when we are talking about legal management, when we are talking about execution, but also in relation with the administration of justice, what is going to happen with the administration of justice and the perspectives that advisors are thinking about that, but also in relation with the persons, which are I think I will be, from my personal experience, are the key elements of this revolution. No? Just introducing this, I would like you both to just give your vision of your experience when working with this paper, how you can just...
Okay, so thanks. I am María de la O, so it was a little bit funny when it was pronounced in English, so thanks for inviting me here. So I'm really very happy to be here, and I'm a member of the advisory since this year, so it's really, really great for me to be there, because I think I have the same mission of the advisory. So as I am Innovation Director at the Lefebvre-Sarraute Group, and so I'm really in love of open innovation. So open innovation is about sharing, it's about building relations, connect with people and add value to things. So I think this is what Global Legal Tech does, and so really it's a pleasure. And I'm very really impressed about the work you have done with your report, because it's true there were a lot of records that I think they are all in the website, so you can listen at them, and from these all these records we have a report that we have is really very new. It has been recently cooked, so we have go through it very quick. But you will have all of you. But it's really very, very interesting how it gives us the clues, the trends of this new area that is going to start, or has already started for all of us. And this market is especially affected with the boom of the generative AI, but it's not the only one. Also your clients or the industries around us are as well affected. So we have to be prepared, and we have to anticipate what is coming there.
In my point of view, I think it was very, very interesting because in my case, I had to record myself. So it was a video, which means that at the same time, there was many applications of AI at the same time. So it was capturing my voice, and then from my voice and other people that participated, and there was a summary of it. If you read the text, you will come to the same conclusion, which is interesting. No? Many humans at the same time being applied artificial intelligence, and the conclusion is almost the same. There must be a human there at one level, which there was, of course. But it's very interesting to see how AI has been applied, and it's been applied in a sense that makes sense, which some years ago wasn't possible. Yeah. This is how I think it's interesting. What's coming in the next 1,000 years is going to be really interesting from here.
When I said that the process was not easy, is because we saw that we distinguished when preparing the work that the level of AI capacity, it's good to summarize some information, but not giving some sense. So at least a history behind that. No? What do you think about? Because there is always this discussion about whether AI is going to replace humans or they are not going to be replacing. From your perspective, you are a software company, you can speak about that. But also, Maria, it would be just to have your opinion on that.
I don't think it will, hopefully. I think it will enhance our capacity as humans to produce better results. I think until now results were given, I mean, you would go to Google most of the time to just try to find something. The answers were some links that you would click and you would read and you would come to your own conclusion. Right now, you have a different answer. It's faster, but it doesn't mean it's wrong sometimes, or it's not the answer you were looking for. So it's going to give you an outcome. It's going to give you a different outcome, but most of the times people are confusing AI with the AI that we are scared of in movies. Terminator, right? It's not coming. They are not capable of reproducing themselves. They are not capable of understanding. They don't think. They don't think they are alive at all. So this scary part is not here. So I think we have to embrace the good part of it.
Yeah, completely. I agree completely. Yeah, seniority is going to be really, really very important now, because it's true. AI, generative AI, is going to do a lot of automatic work we do every day. But it's true, we need people to validate, we need people with criteria. So seniority really is going to be very important, and we need to teach people differently. So I think things need by force to change, and this is something. And thinking about this, embracing this, I think is very important. So you can imagine, my company is publisher, so I think 80%, 70% of the people that work in Lefebvre-Sarraute are publishers. So 13 November 2022, they were really scared. I think they were more scared in December, in January, so what is going to happen with my job? So, and this is true. So for us, there is an obsession. We need everybody embrace this technology. It's going to help us. So we have done a lot of things to really to have all the people in our company to embrace and to understand and co-create with this technology. So we create a AI community because we didn't know each other. We didn't know which were the experts in the different countries. So now they can speak together and they can share, and collaboration is much better, and we can develop quicker. So that's very important. We give access to everybody to GPT, but in a secure environment. So, and we create contests. So we have ideas and use cases that can improve our process and can improve the process of our customers. So that's really great. And we did a hackathon last week in all the 6 locations where we are, where we had more than 200 people and 40 teams. So some of you were mentored, and I invite you to be mentored next year because it's really great. And I mean, and we had a lot of new use cases to improve. But it's very important, I mean, to embrace that. It's our ally, this technology, and I mean, we are in a very competitive environment, so we need to be the first, because if not, our neighbor will do. So that's really very important.
You mentioned seniority. I agree with you. And one of the things we discuss in the paper is about the person. What is going to happen to, for example, for professionals? No? What is going to change in terms of juniors? What is going to happen? Because which kind of level of education we need to give to them? Because it's clear that even if AI is not going to replace humans, it's sure that they are going to replace many tasks that now are performed by those professionals. No? What do you think about it? And from your experience with...
I think hopefully it will. I mean, if you start a new career, if you study law, let's say today, your expectations when you go to the office and you start as a lawyer is to do something, let's say, sexier than what you end up doing. So hopefully, I think AI will transform this and do things that are more strategic. So your time will be dedicated into something that really brings value to the case. That's why I think AI is great. That's why I embrace it, and I think people don't have to be scared of it. They have to use it to their own advantage because it makes them better. And those, let's say, it makes them even more human because they were doing more inhumane tasks, which now they can just not do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I think, I mean, soft skills are going to be very important, much more important than now. I mean, we are all treat with customers, we all treat with human, but it's going to be more and more important. So it will change the way we learn at university. We also think, and we did in Lefebvre last week as well, a kind of exercise to see where we are going, and we see that it's going to be very good because we are going to be more attractive for young, for talent to go to study our profession because it's going to be more interesting. We are not going to pass hours and hours of years doing things that really are not so interesting, or it's hard for us to go up in the companies. So it's going to change, but still, I don't think we know how. I mean, there was this big tsunami in February, March. I think now we see the things more clear, but still, I mean, more things will come, and we will see.
The thing is that the speed of the revolution is really high, no? And we are not talking about, if you compare with other evolutions, they are not the same. At least my feeling is that the potential of the AI, we really don't know where we are going to end with that, no? So we don't have time, no, to just rethink. But there are many things that need to be rethinking in terms of structures, in terms of education, in terms
business models.
Yeah. So you as a startup with Legal, we talk about embracing technology. What is your experience when you with your clients and when the legal function, when you just implement those kind of solutions? Is something that is really, they are really embracing that? Or which
I think it depends. I mean, we've been here in the market for some time now. I've seen the change. I think they're thirstier now than they were 10 years before. because I think now they see the practical side. They see how it will help them, not just them, but the company they are working for. Yeah, I think they are hungry to buy, not just buy, but to implement, to have a success case inside the company. They were not the first to digitize. I think if you see a company, there would be other departments that already have been transformed. But it's their moment now. And I also think the AI is made a point here, because we as lawyers use our language as a way to develop our profession. And this is exactly how it has impacted a lot NLP in language, no? How generative AI can help being more efficient at our job, really. So AI has changed dramatically everything.
Will change also. For your experience on the specific trends we just highlight here, which are for you the most relevant that you can just remark in the report?
I think it's really the understanding and thinking how this is going to change the way I work, my daily work. So we see on the report that the automatic tasks are going to change. So I'm going to use this generative AI to do different things. So I will be better in giving, because I will have the tools. So that's the important thing. I will have the tools to give a better advice to my customer, because I will access to the information better. I will be able to draft documents so this is really. We are rethinking the way, and what I'm seeing with the people I speak and with the lawyers I speak, we are rethinking the way we give service and the offer we can give to our customers. So I think this is really, really interesting. Of course, then there is a lot of things on legal and new legal regulations that have to come, for sure. And it's also an opportunity for new fields of work. So very interesting, yeah.
I think, we've seen other waves in the past. I remember maybe 6 years ago, there was the trend of blockchain. So everyone was talking about blockchain. Blockchain is going to change our profession. Did it? I don't think so. Maybe it will, I don't know. But if you, with AI, it's completely different. I think there is an application, a real application that you can apply tomorrow, and it might change the way you work very easily. That's why companies applying AI has been adopted massively in the last year or so. So I think the application of AI is going to really transform our sector in the next, it's transforming it now. So it will keep transforming it for the next months.
Okay. And do you foresee, what is your opinion about, it's going to transform in the next months, but really we see, because we see that industries are adopting AI since 1 year and even more, and generative AI, but do we see that our profession is going to the same level? They are just follow up, or really they are expecting what is going to happen in terms of regulation, for example, or in terms of, there are many fears about privacy, about how you embrace that, no?
I think we are, our profession is also limiting the speed at which innovation can go. Because in order to AI to really succeed, in order to AI to be really applicable and really efficient, it needs data. And we can use data now that is available, it's publicly available, and this is how it's been trained until now, most of the tools that are out there. But for a lawyer, it's not enough. A lawyer knows. So if you're using this technology, you see that it's missing something there. So it's going to transform, it's going to go fast as soon as there will be more application of data, there will be more companies training it, feeding it with data that makes the AI really an impact for the lawyers.
Yeah, well, very happy you asked this question, of course. And we are, as editor and publishers, here to help the professionals, the law professional on this change. And we have, from Lefebvre, we have a product we launched a few weeks ago that is called Genial, that really, or Genial, depends where in the group, where it really helps the lawyers to do so. Yes, and please go through with professionals in this change. It's not easy to do alone, but we are a lot of other editors, I'm seeing here Lex, also are working on that. So really go together with the people that are working, and we know all the use case. We are really working with a lot of customers. We are really there. Don't reinvent the wheel, because it's not so easy. And of course, sure, this is also the position of the editors. Trust on the right contents, and the update contents, and with access to the sources. This is really your value when you give support to your customers. So, yeah.
Well, do you see a value to prepare these kind of things as Global Legal Tech Hub? What do you feel in about? Is something that we should continue? Is something that you think is useful?
Very necessary, from my point of view.
Yeah.
I do remember 10 years ago doing a speech like that. There was one person from the public that were standing and not shouting, but at least challenging my vision of the future, which is where we are standing today. This is why it's very important to do this kind of sessions, to be transparent where this technology is leading us, and to people to prepare. I think if you're an expert at your own field, you're safe.
Yeah, I think, of course, there is a lot of value on doing these things, on sharing, on having these kind of debates, on having these kind of reports. There are a lot of point of views there. So when, it's 1,000 days of the Global Legal Tech Hub, so it has happened a lot of things, but I think more things are going to happen and more quick. So it's really very, very, very interesting. So this network, I think, is really very important for all of us to share. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
I hope everyone read it and share your comments. So anything you would like to add, or just it's okay. Finish?
Any questions?
Oh, any other questions? Okay. Someone has questions? I don't think so. They have no time to read. No questions. Okay. Over there.
No se ve nada, es verdad. Pero estamos ya fuera de...
Hello. I agree with you. One of the main topics that will happen with this implementation of new technologies with AI and the use of AI, especially for the junior lawyers. Okay, I'm focusing now in the lawyer and the way they need to be trained. They need to learn how they learn the profession. Because you were saying, if you are an expert in your field, you're safe. But how you become an expert in your field if you are using these kind of tools? Any tip, any conclusion on this? Of course, training has to be rethought. The tools for training and the way of training, not only in the legal profession, also in the schools, definitely. But focusing on the legal profession. Any conclusion, any idea on this?
It's going to be more and more complicated to distinguish between good knowledge, a good source, and a fake one, really, because artificial intelligence is going to give you an okay answer. It's going to seem plausible, it's going to seem human. We might have to go back to the old books, to the paper, unfortunately. But no, the way we ingest knowledge is going to change. I think that's happening. Hopefully for the best. I don't think it's going to be bad. But yeah, people have more access to knowledge that they had 20 years before, just thanks to internet. I don't think this changed in a bad way. It's just going to be different. Let's also expect some regulation to come in this matter. There might be some tax on content being generated by AI. There's some of the things that we expect are going to come, in order not to confuse the public.
Hello, how are you? Could you explain some practice applications for AI to lawyers? Because you say that it has applications that they can use, but for example?
I think
there are some
in
specific
the paper
business
some
cases.
specific
Yes.
use cases. Very interesting. I think it's a very interesting read.
Yeah.
But I think, yes, creating content, summarizing the content, identifying entities or variables or data inside the content, comparing it.
Yeah. I invite you to see Genial, so you will see a lot of functionalities there that will help the lawyer. So how to discover the information, how to have more explanations, more juridical explanation, how the argumentations for. So there's quite a lot. There's document drafting as well. So there's quite a lot of things to help the lawyer. Really, it's not a bluff. It's really going to help. And I love the question about the training, because I am asking me this question for months, and I don't know. There was in the hackathon there was a use case that was how we can identify projects or even or books or things that have been written with AI. So and I think we will go to there. Yeah.
No, the question is also because at least at the level of AI today, you need someone validating, and for that you need knowledge. So that's the big question.
Yeah, we might have a point where we have an AI being trained by another AI.
Yes, yes, we may.
Yes, here. I think this is the opposite question to the last one. You told, I think you, Alejandro, told that lawyers is important to make value in their tasks.
If you want to.
Yes, doing more exclusively human tasks. So what are these tasks you are referring to? What are these real daily tasks you are referring to that a lawyer can...
Very easy.
Okay.
Call your client. Do you have a conversation with your client? And when? When the problem is there? Call your client every week. What's happening? How's the business going? This is the kind of things that clients understand, they value being there. But you're not there. Why? Because you're putting out fires, you're managing the urgent tasks every day. Most of them, the not sexy ones, can be handled by AI. So you will have more time to focus on that, maybe. Hopefully.
Undoubtedly, those law firms that are very large, for example, like Guatecasas or some other law firms, will have an advantage because they will have access to this technology, and then they will compete with other law firms, and that could produce some antitrust issues because they will be concentrating all the capacity with the young lawyers, with the whatever machine they can invent in order to summarize cases and so on. You don't envision that?
No.
That will require regulation.
Not at all.
No?
I think, no. I think AI is nowadays not in hands of two big corporations. The most advanced AI is open source.
Yeah.
It's free. You just need the talent to implement it, or the right company,
But
like
you mean
ours.
the large law firms, they will get all the most talent in the market, and they will hire 30 programmers and 30 lawyers.
You don't need that anymore.
No?
You don't need that. No. You
think
might
that
need the knowledge. You might need to align your people to do it, but
No.
it's not. No.
you will pay salaries, and the salaries will go up, and they will.
The AI is cheaper than
Have
a salary,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree completely. But don't forget to think on the future. I mean, to put the future in your present agenda. This is very important. And work on innovation. We have to anticipate. I mean, things come so quick that really, even in small firms, in big firms, we have to have always an eye on what is coming.
Even big firms need to rethink the business model.
Sometimes it's, I mean, for a law firm, I think it's more important to put the culture inside the company that innovation is something that is a must. So the speed at which you adopt technology in a law firm is going to really make more difference than anything else.
Have one challenge. And presentations and selecting the jury and so on. If they use technology and they have access to technology and they have the team capable of understanding and using that technology, they will have a real advantage.
I mean, it's both. It's not that you are going to shut down your company and just put an AI to do it. You need a very well trained, experienced.
It's a reality that will happen in the future. Because the companies that have the money and the human resources to implement technology, for example, in litigation, they will have an advantage.
There's very good software for litigation that is not very expensive that you can apply. For real. It's going out there. This is why it's so important, this kind of events, because then you realize, oh, this is happening. It's available. It's not something in the future. It's not Mars or, you know, we're not lunatics. It's happening now.
Okay, thank you. No more questions. The last question.
Well, thank you for this interesting conversation. And as part of the conversation we have been having within WOW services, which we are here with the team, we see that nowadays you can ask GPT-4 maybe a lot of legal questions, specifically framed in different jurisdictions. And of course, it is not going to give you like an accurate answer, like a really good answer, but it does quite good, like a quite good job. And of course, if you use augmented techniques to fine-tune the model to offer legal answers in a specific jurisdiction, it's going to make it even better. So a client nowadays, you were pointing out how important it is to talk with the client and to follow up with the client to feel their pains. But it might be the case that the client would start finding more answers in these models, even in these technologies that you are building and you are creating, rather than maybe using the services of a big law firm like they have been doing so far. So what do you think that law firms or even legal departments within big corporations should do to encourage their clients or their internal clients to use these new technologies to improve their efficiency, but at the same time to not, and I'm not sure if the expression works in the same way in English as it does in Spanish, to shoot themselves on the shoe, you know? Because it could be the case that we are building a system by lawyers, and then this system would replace most of the work. And you were just pointing out in a previous question how American law firms have been, and British law firms have been using e-discovery technologies, and it has replaced a lot of lawyers. So how do you think that a tech lawyer should act in terms of giving their clients capacities, but at the same time preserving the legal factor and human factor that really enhances the legal services?
I think that's the challenge of the law firms, that helping their clients to guide on this journey, and using AI not only for efficiency, which is good, but also to think about new solutions. Problems that are always, clients have problems always. Problems are not going to disappear. So let's think about how we can use AI to bring solutions to those problems. That's the main challenge of, and my feeling is that there will be success those who really are able to meet that kind of challenge and bring or build and design solutions for the clients who needs this technology and who are going to use that technology. And we shouldn't think that internal legal in-house teams are not going to use it and they're not going to evolve the legal work. I think they're on the way at the same level, even in some cases, that the law firms. So this is something that we need to take into account also.
If I may, our clients are going to be very much informed, and this is a reality for years. It has been a reality, so we have to be better than them. So you need to have the tools that really will give you the results, the real results. So they will go to internet, they will go to ChatGPT before, but they don't know if this is updated or not, if the sources are correct or not. So you need to have players with you that really provide you this information, this real information, and so you will be offering add value to your customers. If not, they will go to ChatGPT before. No.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.